have been before, and I've mentioned it in a few videos, I'm going to be looking at places that viewers have suggested. Now, if there are any places anywhere in the world, pretty much, as long as it has official Google coverage, that you would like me to take a look at, you can leave a comment on this video, and the next time I do one of these, I will take a look at wherever you guys suggest here. But I had 5 viewers write me suggestions of places to look, so I'm going to go look at those 5 places now. And we're going to start with the suggestion that kickstarted this video idea in the first place, and that is Portugal. So here is Portugal. As you can see, there's some little islands out here that also appear to be under their control. This place called, well, it's a city, Funchal. There's some little places out here, Faja Grande, Santa Cruz de Graciosa, Ponta Delgada. And I figure before I take a look, I'll read this little bit here. Adjust my microphone just a moment. Portugal is a southern European country on the Iberian Peninsula bordering Spain. Its location on the Atlantic Ocean has influenced many aspects of its culture. Salt cod and grilled sardines are national dishes. The Algarve's beaches are a major destination, and much of the nation's architecture dates to the 1500s to 1800s, when Portugal had a powerful maritime empire. If some of you are unaware, at one time, the Portuguese Empire was the most powerful empire in the world. They dominated the trade routes and the seas. They had the most powerful navy at the time before Spain came around. They had a very powerful navy. So let's take a look here. I believe Lisbon is your capital here in Portugal. Let me close out of this little infographic here. Here is Lisbon. And let's just see if any of these landmarks catch my eye. Looks like you might have a church here that's right on the bay, pretty much. This is a 12th century cathedral. The Cathedral of St. Mary Major, often called Lisbon Cathedral or simply the Sé, is a Roman Catholic cathedral located in Lisbon, Portugal. The oldest church in the city, it is the seat of the Patriarchate of Lisbon. The oldest church in the city, 12th century, you have to assume. Why can't I? Okay, I see there's the street view. Let's pop inside this place. We have, so this is the outside here. Very Spanish looking architecture here, or just Mediterranean architecture, I suppose. You also see similar looking buildings in Italy and Greece. You have these columns. That's really nice. I'm not sure what that bit of the column is called, that top bit, but I like that. You have some tourists here, of course. Looks like, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but oh, I like this. You have those doors, or it's like the really big door, Santa Lucia. It is an observation deck for sweeping views. Can we take a look in there? Looks like there's one here. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. Oh wow, this is a beautiful spot though, isn't it? Look at these trees. You have these very colorful purple flowers up here. And you have this really beautiful mural. Looks like this might be a defense of Lisbon. Perhaps maybe this is showing when an army was attacking Lisbon and they were defending it. I'm not necessarily sure what that's showing. If you know, please inform me. You have this statue here. I'm assuming that's a political leader, perhaps, or maybe a famous scholar. I love these pink houses. You see these sometimes in this region of Europe. These houses, this shade of light pink. I think that's an absolute. I've always loved those. Lots of little bushes all around. This must be just slightly post-COVID. There's some people wearing masks, some people not. And look at that beautiful view out to the water there. I think that's the church we were just looking at earlier. What a spectacular view. I mean, this is a place. You know, Portugal isn't really top of my bucket list. I have so many countries I want to see before I die. But if I were to go to Portugal, you know, if I suddenly came into so much money that I could travel all over to different places, you know, go to a new place every couple months or something, I could just sit here and just look out at these views for hours and hours. You have this tile work here with some crosses, and it's very nice. Very lovely. There's a museum there. Panoramic park with a cafe and play area. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's go right there. See what this park looks like. See some graffiti right off the bat, but you know, actually, come up here. That's a pretty cool look out at the city. See some bridges out there in the distance. And now that's Lisbon. Let's, Park of Edward the Seventh. Running back. What's these? What are those? I've never seen anything like that before. Let me pop into the middle of those. You see these lines here? What are those? That's interesting. And this isn't a bridge. Those like stop. I'm pretty sure this isn't a bridge. Yeah, you can see the grass kind of coming through the gate here, so I've never seen anything like that. I don't know if that's just decorative or if that serves a purpose or what. It's definitely kind of cool though. Let's move away from Lisbon. Let's come up to let's go up to Porto. Let's go into Porto right here. Oh wow, there's a Holocaust museum here. And it's right near a, oh, why can't I think of the name? Synagogue. Excuse me, I apologize. apologize. And there's a Jewish museum there as well. I wonder if there's perhaps a sizable Jewish population in Porto. That's interesting. Or maybe in Portugal in general. The Kaduri Makor Hayam Synagogue is a synagogue of the Jewish community of Porto, situated in the civil parish of Lordello do Ouro e Masarelos, the municipality of Porto in the Portuguese Northern District of Porto. Opened 1938. Let's take a look from ground level here. So, one of these is the museum. Is this the synagogue here? I think this is the synagogue. Wow. You know, honestly, like, you get the text off of it, right? And that would just kind of look like a nice house. It's a very interesting designed building. Okay. Actually, where was it that, hold on, I have to look this up real quick. Where was it that Ronaldo was born? I want to go take a look at that real quick. Sao Pedro, parish of Funchal. Right, Funchal. Sao Pedro, parish of Funchal. Sao Pedro. Funchal. Maybe there. Oh wow, we're down here on this island. Okay, well, this is, Musée CR7, exhibits and trophies of the famous athlete. Hold on, there's a helicopter. I'm gonna pause the recording. Alright, sorry about that. How lucky though, I zoom in immediately. So there's the Statue Museum, Praca CR7. Maybe that means like pier, perhaps, like the pier that it's sitting on. Musée CR7, museum that is dedicated to Portuguese footballer Cristiano Ronaldo's trophies, is located in Ronaldo's birthplace, the city of Funchal, on the Portuguese island of Madeira. But the museum is a hotel built in partnership between Ronaldo and the Pestana Group. That hotel has to be super expensive and booked out so far in advance. And there's the statue. Alright, let's get in here and look. There's a statue there. There he is. So he's in his free kick stance. And look at where you can see where people have been rubbing, because it's gold and a little bit sketchy there, guys. Who's been rubbing there? Can't read what that says, but here's the entire pier. I mean, this is a beautiful spot. You have some cruise ships coming in here, so that's interesting. I didn't realize this, because it seems like kind of a small island. I didn't realize this would be a cruise ship destination. And then here's the museum here. Interesting. Let's back it up, see if I can get another good view. Maybe in here or something. See what the inside of the museum looks like, perhaps. No. Oh, there it is when it's closed. Alright. I just want to get one good one on the inside here, if that even exists. Maybe over here. Here we go. Here's some of his trophies. There's one of his shoes. 2016. Some more shoes. Awards. You have all the different footballs. He's perhaps from the footballs that are used in the league the year that he was playing there, the boots he was using. This is really cool. There's a Champions League trophy, golden boot. That's really cool. Let's take a look at one more spot on this little island. What is this promenade? Winston Churchill, Miradoro, Winston Churchill. Why does Winston Churchill have something named after him here? That's kind of interesting. Let's see what this is all about. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at the way these houses go up there. There are these like white Mediterranean style houses. There's a bar right there. It looks like Taqueria. Go right down here. You can take your boat out. Oh man, look at the way these houses go up on the... This is gorgeous. What a beautiful country. Beautiful country. Okay. The next place I got suggested to look at was not an entire country, but just a city. And that was Venice in Italy. So we're moving a little bit over. And since we're just looking at a city here, we'll have more time. Or, I won't be bouncing around as much. So let's read here. Venice, the capital of northern Italy's Veneto region, is built on more than 100 small islands in a lagoon in the Adriatic Sea. It has no roads, just canals, including the Grand Canal thoroughfare, lined with Renaissance and Gothic palaces. The central square, Piazza San Marco, contains St. Mark's Basilica, which is tiled with Byzantine mosaics, and the Campanile Bell Tower offering views of the city's red roofs. Now, St. Mark's Basilica, obviously a world-famous tourist destination, but this looks like it's perhaps the bridge leading into Venice, which I'd be very interested in seeing what that looks like. You're like right there at water level. It's very interesting. Then out there in the distance you have Venice. That's very interesting. I'm not sure many people have seen that view. And look at like the way it looks compared to the city. Just across the water you have a city. You can see the roads, right? The trains, the freeways. And you come here to Venice, and that just is gone, and it looks completely different. Like just looking at this view here, traditional city on the left, or not traditional, but I should say modern city on the left, and then Venice on the right. Look at the difference. Just from that angle you can see. That's really cool. Alright, let's, there's a casino. You tell me there's a casino here. Let's take a look at that casino real quick. Maybe up here, perhaps. Oh, this is somebody. Okay, this is just somebody in a garden or something, but there's a casino there, which I find interesting. Let's come somewhere. Canal Grande. We can come down here into the canals. I forget what the these guys are called, but oh, I know there's a term for it. I just can't. You know, all these businesses, these houses, these buildings, just here in the water. It's such a unique place, right? Like, this is so interesting. As far as I'm aware, there's no place else like this in the world. And excuse me if I'm mistaken here, but I don't believe that Venice was always underwater, right? Like, there are roads underneath the water, and like these buildings go down to traditional foundations and things, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am. But I thought this was a city that had roads at some point. I did a little bit of. I took one history class on the Renaissance in college, and honestly, I was not great in that class. The Renaissance period in general is not extremely interesting to me. But I think the flooding is a little bit more recent than the creation of the city. What a beautiful and unique place, and unfortunately, rising tides. If Venice is a place that's on your bucket list, I would say try and go sooner rather than later. Now, something I do know is true is during COVID, when there were fewer tourists and people weren't using the canals as much, apparently dolphins were actually coming up it through the Venice canals. So here is the Basilica di San Marco, or St. Mark's Basilica. The patriarchal cathedral basilica of St. Mark, commonly known as St. Mark's Basilica, is the cathedral church of the Patriarchate of Venice. It became the episcopal seat of the Patriarch of Venice in 1807, replacing the earlier cathedral of San Pietro de Castel. Now, this is a place I'd love to visit. I just love large, ornate churches. Old churches, like this. You have this whole courtyard here. This pillar, and then there is the basilica. Come forward a little bit. Yeah, it looks like there's Jesus with the cross. That might be Mary. Looks like there's an angel here. It's hard to get a good read on that because it's a little fuzzy. Picture quality isn't the best. I like that there's a bar right here next to the church. There's a bar. You have more reliefs in here. Images. You have some horses up there. Just really beautiful. This is the Piazza San Marco. Well, actually, I think that put us in here. We were in the Palazzo Ducale. That's where we were. We weren't out here because we were surrounded by those buildings. Let's come in here to the basilica itself, see if we can see anything inside. I think that's kind of funny. They have the elevated to get in. No, that's not inside though. Come on, give me an inside view. Give me an inside view. There we go. So you have a pretty big shrine there. There's Jesus. It's a cross back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's not 14. Is that maybe some of the saints? I think that's Jesus in the middle, some of the saints. I don't know. I'm not Catholic. I do appreciate Catholic art, though. is why I'm so interested in these old churches. But and look at this place, super beautiful, just absolutely beautiful in here. I'd love to visit this church. Gorgeous. Alright, and let's see, let's get down to there. And is this an art school? Academy de Belle Arti di Venezia is a public tertiary academy of art in Venice, Italy. Imagine going to art school in Venice, bro. Like, just imagine that. That would rock. Oh, here's looks like this is a photography class, perhaps. They have an elevator going on in there. Oh, it looks more like a video camera, to be honest. Historic boatyard in a wooden structure. Hold on, let's look at that. Historic boatyard. That sounds interesting. Oh, that is cool. Look at that. It's just this like wooden kind of little dock. They have some old boats up there. That's awesome. I would love to go to Venice someday. Okay. Next up, we have Manchester. I was asked to take a look at Manchester in the United Kingdom. City in England. And here is Manchester. Some of you might not know this, but there was a time where I was considering moving to the UK for college. I was going to be an exchange student, and it was between Manchester and Liverpool to go study. Liverpool ended up becoming my first choice, and obviously I didn't end up going, but I did almost move to Manchester at one point. Manchester is a major city in the northwest of England with a rich industrial heritage. The Castlefield Conservation Area's 18th century canal system recalls the city's days as a textile powerhouse, and visitors can trace this history at the Interactive Museum of Science and Industry. The revitalized Salford Quays dockyard now house the Daniel Libeskind designed Imperial War Museum North and a Lowry Cultural Center. Population of 553,000. So let's dial it in here. Here's the Etihad. That's where Manchester City's all at. Manchester Regional, Manchester City Joy Stadium. I'm assuming that's their training ground. Tiddlywinks. North Ridge Recreation Area. Actually, I'd like to see what a recreational area in the UK looks like, but there isn't. I can't really go in there. Maybe I can get a look at it from this view here. Not really. Not really. Let's come in Manchester, like where? What's happened? Okay, let's come into like the city center area. Police, museum, St. Michael's Flags, and Angel Meadow Park. I want to see a UK park, you know, that seems like what do your parks look like there? Oh wow, I don't know if this was the park. That might be the park there, but this is looks like a helicopter view. Looks like maybe some warehousing down there, perhaps. There's some high-rises. High-rise. This looks like there's maybe some apartment buildings here. Some smaller apartment buildings here. Can't tell what that is. Maybe just a commercial space. This is a great sky view, though. Parking garage there. Looks like maybe a sporting arena or something there. It is a beautiful city. I mean, you know, I was considering moving there. Can I like come onto this path here and walk through this park? Is that gonna be an option? Go on, give me the path. There we go. Terrible quality though. I'll move out of there. Stephen Charles Snooker Center. That's interesting. National Football Museum. That's for all of England. England's National Museum of Football. It's based in the Urbis Building in Manchester City Centre and preserves, conserves, and displays important collections of football memorabilia. The museum was originally based in Deepdale, Preston, Lancashire, but moved to Manchester in 2012. So back when United were good. I'm just kidding. Oh wow, so yeah, here's the football museum. There's some escalators there. That's really cool. Game of our lives, more than just a game. Binary kick the ball, there has to be a thought. There's always been an innate human desire to kick a ball. I mean, that's not incorrect. Come in here. Wow, there's some really old footballs there. Interesting. Chetham's Library, 1600s library with the medieval ambiance. I'm not mad at that. Oldest free public reference library in the English-speaking world. I'm a big fan of that. Can we get inside here and take a look at this? Not really, unless this is the Chetham's Library right there. That is really pretty, eh? I don't know why so many of these pictures are so low quality though. Manchester Metropolitan University. All Saints Park. We'll pop in here real quick and then before I move on. Metropolitan University. I think this is the school that I was looking at being an exchange student at. Actually, I think this is it. That's actually crazy. That would have been where I was going to go to school at. Would be this campus. St. Augustine's is right there. Yeah, there's MMU. Yeah, I put in a transfer exchange student request with them and with the University of Liverpool. I very easily could have been going to university there. That's actually crazy to like see it like this, because obviously I didn't see it in person. That's really special. That's really cool. I really like that. There's a Manchester School of Art right there. York Street building. So I would have been probably staying in apartments or something like around this area, you know. I would have maybe been staying in apartments in here or something like that. That's really cool. Projects MCR skate park. Let's take a look right there real quick before I head off next location. I did a little bit of skateboarding back in my high school days, but I've always been a little too tall and my center of gravity is not great. The most I was ever able to do on a skateboard really was do an ollie and do a pop shove it. I could never do a kickflip no matter how hard I tried. And I tried quite hard. There's a lot of people on scooters here. Scooters, bikes. We have a nice little ramp. I don't see a bowl. It's the only thing this place seems to be missing. We had a really nice skate park in my town growing up. That had a huge bowl, but this doesn't seem to have one. Be some rails, ramps. That little kid. That's awesome. Alright, we have two more places to look at that viewers requested. First of all, we'll go to Quebec City in Quebec, Canada. Quebec City sits on the St. Lawrence River in Canada's mostly French-speaking Quebec province. Dating to 1608, it has a fortified colonial core, Vieux Quebec, and Place Royale with stone buildings and narrow streets. This area is the site of the towering Chateau, Frontenac Hotel, and imposing Citadel of Quebec. The Petit Champlain district's cobblestone streets are lined with bistros and boutiques. So, Quebec City. Let's see. I want to see that Citadel. There it is, La Citadelle de Quebec. The Citadel of Quebec, also known as La Citadelle, is an active military installation and the secondary official residence of both the Canadian monarch and the Governor General of Canada. It is located atop Cap Diamant, adjoining the Plains of Abraham in Quebec City, Quebec. So technically that belongs to King Charles. Which is funny because, being in Australia now, I'm in a British Commonwealth, so technically my king as well. Highly edited photo, like this is super filtered. That's very unnatural looking, but I like the cannon there. There has to be. Can I not see like a better, some better pictures here? Oh yeah, there's some cars. Here's some big brick walls, the grass on top. Looks like there's maybe something in here. Up here, sortie. So let's exit. There's like a restaurant here. I can only imagine how much it costs to eat here. Oh, you have a rifle there. Is that a Lee Enfield rifle? Looks like a Lee Enfield rifle. You have a billiards room. That would have been the rifle the British were using, and I'm assuming the Canadians were outfitted similarly to them. I do love a good rifle. Okay. I saw one that interested me, Museum of Civilization. The Musée de la Civilisation, often directly translated in English language media outside Quebec, is the Museum of Civilization. It's a museum located in Quebec City, Canada. Notre Dame de Quebec Basilica Cathedral. A notable crypt. The Cathedral Basilica of Notre Dame de Quebec, located at 16 Rue des Bois, Quebec City, Quebec, is the primatial church of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Quebec. It is the oldest church in Canada and was the first church in Canada to be elevated to the rank of minor basilica by Pope Pius IX in 1874. That rocks. Let's go in there real quick. With a notable crypt, that's interesting to me. Oh wow, this is very beautiful. So there's Mary up there. And you have some angels here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angels there. I can't tell if that's Mary or Jesus. I think that might be Saint Mary. Very large candle there. You have a bird with the light radiance behind his head. Okay, so there. That's, you have some different saints through here. Actually, they have crowns. This is some different saints there. See, this is why I always find Catholic art so intriguing. Like, I'm not Catholic, but all of this, like this that we're looking at right here, I love this. All the gold, the statues of the saints, like all this stuff speaks to me. Unlike just the opulence, the use of fleur-de-lis, the sort of, there's Jesus, the cross. All that stuff speaks to me. Even a much smaller shrine over there with, that looks like Jesus there, not Mary. This is also beautiful. There's an organ up there, it looks like. Some stained glass windows. There's Mary there. That looks like maybe Saint Peter. Maybe Saint Peter. Yeah, if I ever end up in Quebec City, I'm definitely coming here. No votives before Easter, awaiting the resurrection. Wow. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. UNESCO monument. Well, that's cool to have a UNESCO monument here. Oh, I know that guy's name too, I just can't think of it right now. And look at that. That is beautiful, this whole place. What a beautiful city, wow. What is this, breakneck steps? Breakneck steps. Let me look at this. Oh, I guess they must be very steep stairs, it looks like. That's kinda cool. Very narrow, very steep. I love that. And look at this building here, like built on the steps. I love that this is like a mix of old and new architecture, like so beautiful. Let's move in a little bit. Take a look at like, I don't know, like let's just look at like what houses look like here, maybe. I mean, this looks really nice. I would live here in a heartbeat. This is oh, look at this place has really good food. This place right here, this restaurant, they have some of the best food on the block. Cause it's a little place. It looks like a house. Yeah, that place goes hard. Quebec City looks amazing. Like I said, I would live here in a heartbeat. What a beautiful place. Legal graffiti. so basically you just come here and you're free to do whatever you want. Maybe. I don't see it. It kind of looks like a baseball diamond to me. Which is really dangerous because the home runs are coming right out here and hitting your car. So I'm assuming they only let little kids play there. That's kind of funny. Alright, finally, our last stop. I was asked to look at the Netherlands. The Netherlands. The Netherlands, a country in northwestern Europe, is known for a flat landscape of canals, tulip fields, windmills, and cycling routes. Amsterdam, the capital, is home to the Rijksmuseum, Van Gogh Museum, and the house where Jewish diarist Anne Frank hid during World War II. Canal site mansions and a trove of works from artists including Rembrandt and Vermeer remain from the city's 17th century golden age. Now, I have this particular affinity for Amsterdam as somebody who is very interested in urban planning, city planning, things like that, and the idea of the 15-minute cities, things like that. Because their city design, their bike routes, they do not have a car-centric transportation culture. I love everything about how the Dutch plan their cities. Let's take a look at the Anne Frank House, Writer's House and Biographical Museum dedicated to Jewish wartime diarist Anne Frank. Very heavy stuff. But I want to go across the other side of the bay and look. I think it's that one. Yeah, I think it has the construction in front of it, I think. Oh no, it's this. Okay, right here. Anne Frank House. Very, very, very heavy stuff. Look at this beautiful lamppost, though. This ornate vine. That's amazing. Homo Monument Memorial to Persecuted Gays and Lesbians. That's really cool. Let's take a look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, and this was after Pulse, too. Wow, Pulse. Hope, and look at all these flowers and candles. Wow, that actually kind of made me tear up a little bit. That's really beautiful. Oh wait, that's the museum. What is this? Stroma Anne Frank House. What is this? I don't know what that is. Westerkirk 1800s church with iconic 85-meter tall spire. Embassy of the Free Mind. Embassy of the Free Mind. That's interesting. Electric Ladyland, Combat Museum of Fluorescent Artwork. Electric Ladyland is a museum located in the Jordan area of Amsterdam, Netherlands. It's devoted to presenting art, minerals, and manufactured items that fluoresce under ultraviolet light. Well, that rocks. Do we have an interior view? I don't think so. Let's come out here and look at the outside of Electric Ladyland. Is this it? I think so. Electric Lady, yeah. But just look at this street. Look at all the bicycles out here. Look at how nice and Just look how nice this looks, bro. This is so nice. All these bikes here. You have the canal boats. Like, this is such a amazing city from a like design of living in your space, housing, like all that stuff. Like my urban planning nerd. Amsterdam Dungeon. Excuse me. In the city of Amsterdam, Netherlands, while similar form to the London Dungeon, York Dungeon, Berlin Dungeon, Hamburg Dungeon, are owned and operated by UK-based Merlin Entertainments. Oh, it's like fake. Ooh, red light district. Hold on. Oh, Chinatown. Actually, that'll be interesting too. Chinatown. Taste of Raw. Oh, look at that. Folkwang Shanhu Temple. That's so cool. Because you still have this very Netherlands looking architecture, but then you have this, I'm assuming Buddhist temple there. Chinese restaurant, comics and manga. That's really cool. Red light district. Is that gonna be here? Oh, it took us over here. Alright then. I don't want to just look at the Netherlands or at Amsterdam though. Let's take a look at Rotterdam. Well, let's take a look at The Hague actually. The Hague, The Hague. Is this okay, we'll come up to, where is Rotterdam? There's Rotterdam. I think this is the second largest city. Maritime district. That's kinda cool. Let's take a look in here. Oh wow, that's interesting, these little red things in the window. There's a hair studio there. This looks like a grocery store. Yeah, there's like a lot of ports right there. Stadius Rotterdam. Rotterdam City Hall, built between 1914 and 1920. It's one of the few buildings that survived the bombing. Let's take a look at this city hall. Oh, that's a very nice looking building. It looks like you have four saints there as well, perhaps. Oh, and you have the, I don't know if that's, maybe that's how much it costs to park, or that's how long it takes. I'm not 100% sure, or maybe it might be something entirely different. I'm not sure. The next big thing. I like that the whole city seems to kind of be built out from this circle here. Actually, Euromast. Euromast is an observation tower in Rotterdam, Netherlands, designed by Hugh Muscat, constructed between 1958 and 1960. Let's go up here so we can get a good look at things. Oh yeah. There's your view of Rotterdam. A lot of water. Like, there's a lot of water here all over. A lot of boats. That's a very interesting looking building. Very beautiful. Well, this seems as good a place as any to call it. Almost an hour now, but thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you have any suggestions for the next one of these, leave it in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single day.